This place is so beautiful. It is the most perfect spot for sunset. If you come here, you have to come here. Hello and welcome back to Little Grey Box. It's Phoebe here with Matt behind the camera, and on this channel we share with you all our experiences and tips to help you travel well. Now, if you don't already, make sure you subscribe right now so you never miss a single episode. Now, over the next few days, we are going to be exploring our beautiful home country of Australia. We are taking you to the gorgeous and iconic northern New South Wales coastal town of Byron Bay. Our video this week is sponsored by the amazing team at Agoda. And with cross borders reopening, the team at agoda.com are encouraging all of us to go local. So on this trip, we are taking you with us on a road trip to Byron Bay, starting here in the Gold Coast hinterland in the southeast Queensland region. And along the way, you guys, we are going to be stopping and highlighting some of the area's very best hidden regional gems. So a huge thank you to Agoda for sponsoring our video this week and supporting us and other local Aussie businesses. We are starting our road trip here in Queensland, but of course you could start yours absolutely anywhere. I have to say though, the Gold Coast hinterland boasts some pretty spectacular scenery, including right here at the Springbrook National Park. Spanning an area of around 6,197 hectares here in the McPherson Range, there is an abundance of walking trails that you could check out. And this morning, Matt and I have decided to do the Natural Bridge Circuit. It is only 1 kilometre return. It's nice and easy. You don't need to wear a hiking outfit. I'm just wearing a dress and some flip-flops. On the way out here, we drove through some really gorgeous scenery. And when you do get out here to Natural Bridge, you will see that spectacular little waterfall behind me. Just note that you can't cross over the railings. There is no swimming and no access there. And that is for your safety and, of course, the safety of the glowworms and the bat colony that call that cave home. It's time to cross the border from Queensland into New South Wales, and we have done just that right here. And the border crossing lookout is the perfect spot to stop for a second and take in these $1 million views. And you guys, it is daylight savings time right now, so we've just gone a full Marty McFly moment and we've done a little bit of time travel. So welcome to 1 hour in the future. Our next stop on our road trip is here in Murwillumbah. Now this town is really cool. I've never been here before, but the main street is really cute. There are loads of really great cafes. I hear there's a fantastic gallery, some awesome boutiques, and some thrift stores, which I'm definitely going to be checking out after we eat. And speaking of food, we've come here to Wild Time for lunch, and the menu here was just amazing. It was hard to choose what to have, and my food was amazing. I have gotten their power bowl. Now this is all plant-based, and doesn't that look so beautiful? I love when food comes out that looks that pretty that you almost don't want to eat it, but it smells so good you have to. And Matt has gone for their Wagyu beef burger, and it looks amazing. They also do a great range of smoothies, and I have got a cold pressed juice. So I'm going to shut up and eat because I'm starving and this looks amazing. This is the kind of food I love to eat. Super tasty, super fresh, absolutely delicious. The best thing about a road trip, especially through these regional towns, is the thrift stores. Regional thrift stores are the best thrift stores. So I went into the Salvos here in Murwillumbah. I was walking around, I was like, there's nothing, this is a bust. And then just as I was about to leave, I text Matt, I was like, I'm en route. And just as I was about to leave, I saw this really great rack behind the kind of cash register area, but like not in the cash register. I was like, nobody else has seen that. And I spotted a piece of fabric and I was like, hold on a minute, something good is in there. And I found an absolute gold mine of dresses. I picked up 3, $5 each. I think maybe one was $6. And then I took them to the register and the lady was like, sweetheart, where did you get these? And I was like, there, is that okay? She's like, you have nailed it today. You have struck gold. How good is this? You'll be seeing a lot of these on YouTube. Kingscliff is the perfect spot to stop for a night or two on your way down to Byron Bay. The sleepy coastal town boasts some pretty amazing beachside resorts and hotels, as well as some fantastic cafes and restaurants sure to fill your days. Now you will find Kingscliff located south of the Gold Coast, and it is around 80 minutes drive from Brisbane or 15 minutes drive from the Gold Coast Airport, which is just perfect for interstate or overseas visitors. Overlooking the South Pacific Ocean, Pepper's Salt Resort and Spa is the perfect place to stay in Kingscliff. Located in Salt Village, it offers a laid-back coastal atmosphere surrounded by cafes and pristine stretches of beach. Now the hotel features include resort and lagoon-style pools. Now you can see the lagoon-style pool behind me. It's a bit overcast, but trust me, it looks amazing when the sun is out. We are staying here in room 3108, which is a one-bedroom suite. Now it is located on the ground floor, so we have a great view of the lagoon-style pool. You can see we have a kitchenette to my right, and that means that you can bring all of your food with you and stay inside if you want to. This way we have the bathroom. Through here you've got a full bathtub, you've got your shower, your toilet, and a view through to the living room and the pool. And through here we have the bedroom. We have a great king-size bed overlooking the living room and out into the pool. Our stay here has been made possible thanks to the amazing team at Agoda. And for people who love to travel as much as Matt and I do, the agoda.com website and Agoda app are both fantastic resources to help you research, plan, and book your next adventure. Safe travel is a priority for everyone right now, and since Matt and I started traveling again, we have noticed accommodation providers are making extra efforts to maintain hygiene safety standards. So do keep an eye out for the Hygiene Plus symbol when booking on Agoda. Booking through agoda.com is really easy. They have a wide selection of great value hotels and Agoda homes to choose from, whether you're traveling solo, as a couple, or as a family. So our plan was to go to La Barrita, which is a Mexican place, for dinner. But we got there and all week I've been thinking to myself, I should book a table. And I was like, no, it'll be fine. It was not fine. Look, even though we weren't able to dine in, we could still get takeaway. Now they did their whole menu takeaway and it was really quick, and we even got to enjoy a drink while we were waiting. Every now and then, I like to take a moment to ask myself, how much Mexican food is too much Mexican food? And unsurprisingly, the answer is always the same. It's never enough. This looks so good! I'm so glad we got the takeaway. For a minute there, Matt and I were like, what should we do? But that view is amazing. It's so nice and quiet. You don't have to be in a busy restaurant. You can take your time, you can be as loud as you like, and you can eat as messily as you like.
Watch out, they said I won't see you coming. For sure.
Good morning, you guys. So we woke up in our beautiful room at Pepper's Salt Resort Kingscliff, and we decided to start our day with a swim. And let me give you the hot tip, that is the perfect time to do it. We were up at about 6:30 and we had that pool all to ourselves. Now we are getting our road trip started again this morning. We have jumped in the car, we've checked out of the hotel, and we are heading a little further south. And our first stop this morning is a very important one, for coffee and food.
You're looking at me and I can't help stare right there.
Held every Tuesday morning here on River Street, nestled along Marshall's Creek. The New Brighton farmers markets are on from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. Now they are home to over 30 farmers and food producers serving up some of the region's very best produce. We're talking artisanal sourdough, fresh fruit and veggies, milks, cheeses, fresh food, great coffee, and more. Now what I love about it is that these are not paper plates, these are real plates, and your coffee comes in a real cup. And don't worry that you're going to steal it. It's such a cute community here.
Won't you just stay right there?
It wasn't all that long ago that Bangalore was a small farming town known only to locals. But these days, it is famous for its amazing boutiques, incredible food, 100-year-old Federation buildings, and the annual Bangalore Music Festival. Now, a visit to Bangalore is just a stop for us on our road trip to Byron, but you guys, it would make an awesome day trip spot. You could head out here, explore the high street, have lunch, and then head back. Keep your eye out for these heritage walk signs, and they're going to tell you a little bit of the history of the building, and it's really going to put into context for you just how old these are. For lunch, we have come here to the Butcher, the Baker, Bangalore. This place is so cool inside. The lunch menu menu looks fantastic. They do some really great burgers if you're after something a little more filling, and some awesome sandwiches. But Matt and I have decided to go with something a little bit lighter today, and we've both gone for a salad and a cold pressed juice. Yummy. Welcome to the Beach Shack. This is gorgeous boutique accommodation located right here in Byron Bay. Here's a 30-second tour of Lily Pilly, our room at the Beach Shack, starting with the bedroom behind me and then through here to the bathroom. Now come around here to my right and you will see our full kitchen equipped with everything you could need, and then opening up into the open plan living and dining area with a television to my right. And then you are really going to want to see this. Off our private entrance, we have direct pool access. So our stay here has been made possible thanks to the amazing team at Agoda. And interestingly, this place is actually an Agoda home as opposed to a hotel or resort style accommodation. Now you guys, as we all know, flexibility in travel plans is absolutely key right now. So be sure to check out agoda.com for some great rates on accommodation with the full flexibility to be able to change your plans up to 24 hours ahead of time. Trust me, Matt and I have taken advantage of that quite a few times over the years, and it is a real lifesaver. When you're booking, just keep an eye out for easy cancel tagged properties. Without a doubt, Byron Bay has to be one of Australia's most beloved destinations. The traditional landowners here are the Arakwal people, who named the area Cavanbar, which means meeting place. The history of Europeans came about in 1770 when James Cook found safe anchorage here and named the area Cape Byron. But it was in the 1960s that surfers started arriving, and they discovered the now world famous surf breaks of Watergoes, the Pass and Cozy Corner. By the 1970s, it had blossomed into a hippie community, and since then it has become one of the country's most iconic destinations, an upmarket coastal spot and a beautiful place to holiday. Welcome to Australia's most easterly point, the Cape Byron Lighthouse. Now, it was built way back in 1901 to protect passing ships from the coastline, and it was manned right up until 1989. If you do visit, it is an awesome spot for sunset, and you really should come here. And you should also check out the Maritime Museum for some more information on the lighthouse and its history, as well as some pretty cool shipwreck stories. So dinner tonight went down at Yuli's, which is a really cool spot that does all plant-based eats, and their menu is based around Asian-inspired food. Now, it looks like a totally normal little place from the outside, but the food is anything but normal. It was so delicious. There were no weak points. You know when you order a whole bunch of dishes and like some of them are good, some of them are a bit of a miss? No, every single dish was absolutely amazing. Matt is nodding. That food was sensational, really fresh, really well priced, and the service was great too. 10 out of 10 would recommend. Good morning, you guys. We are waking up here for our first full day in Byron, and we have got a pretty exciting activity coming up. But first thing first, you know we got to full. That's how bad I need the coffee. We really need to fuel up. I need the coffee and I need the food, so we have come here to Folk in Byron Bay. I was cyber stalking their menu online. I was like, I have to eat here. It looks so good, and the garden, the whole fit out here is just so cool. Very Byron, so I'm excited to try. Hot dog, don't you love when you get it right and the food comes out, you're like, nailed it. I went for their vegan granola, so they've got this beautiful, vegan yogurt under there. They house make everything they can here, so this is going to be really tasty. You know what? I'm just going to go in like this. Oh, yum! Oh, get some straws on there. Oh, really, really good. Alright, so you probably heard me mention at breakfast skirting about this amazing activity that I had lined up for the day, and that amazing activity was a 3-hour sea turtle snorkel experience out on Julian Rocks. I was getting more and more excited as the seconds passed, and then the dude reappeared and he was like, bad news folks, the weather is against us. There's a really strong current coming through and it is just not going to be a safe time for you guys out there, so we can't take you snorkeling. And I get it. What are they going to do? The current is strong, it's not safe. If you've seen Bondi Rescue, you know you can't be messing around with that stuff. Byron is home to some pretty spectacular beaches, so Matt and I thought the first thing we should do is actually make the most of them. So we have come here to Roadhouse. Now it is a beautiful little cove here, absolutely gorgeous. If you were to come down here at sunrise or sunset, that would probably be my preferred time to visit. The light would be amazing, it would be really nice and quiet, and that sun wouldn't be quite as burning. So if you are going to come and visit some of these beaches in the middle of the day, just be really careful between 10 and 2. Lots of sunscreen, don't spend too long out in that sun, especially if you're from overseas. I think a lot of overseas visitors underestimate how intense the sun is. And this beach is actually not patrolled, you guys, so if you are going to swim, you need to be very, very careful. So our beach crawl continues. Now we were actually going to check out the pass, but we had a really hard time finding a park, so we thought we'd cut our losses and come here to Bangalore Beach, which is right near our accommodation, and it is a really good decision because it's beautiful out there. No troubles grabbing a park. They had a couple of awesome cafes, so we grabbed some green smoothies from Culture over there. Now you guys, there are so many great activities to do here in Byron Bay, and you can really make the most of the incredible beaches and the glorious weather, as we were going to do this morning with our snorkel. So some great activities you might want to check out. We've got the 3-hour sea turtle snorkeling experience that we were going to do. There's introductory scuba dives. You don't need to be certified to do those. Matt has done that one before and I'm really keen to come back and do that one another time. You can go swimming, of course. There's stand-up paddleboarding. There are great kayaking experiences. You can learn to surf. There is so much to see and do that you could fill up your days. Now, our experience, the sea turtle one, and all of the experiences I've just mentioned, they can be found through Agoda's Things to Do resource. So you might want to check out the agoda.com website or the Agoda app and have a look at that Things to Do resource for plenty of great activities, restaurants, shops, and so much more. So lunch today is going down at Foxy Lou's. Now these guys do Asian-inspired street eats and everything is really well priced, with plenty of options for vegans, vegetarians, and meat eaters. Now Matt and I have gone for their bento boxes. So I've got the vegan one and I've ordered Matt the meat one, and really well priced. Mine was 14 and Matt's was 16. That's really good. This food is amazing. There are some really great spots to visit in Byron Town Centre, so Matt and I are going to spend an hour or so wandering around, ducking into boutiques, checking out some of the really cool laneways. There is some awesome shopping here, you guys, so well worth coming in and checking out. So dinner tonight is at the Roadhouse. Now this place is really cool. The interior is super cool. It's really dark and timber. It has kind of a vintage saloon kind of edge. They have a great menu and their specialty is wood-fired pizzas. Now these things are hand-stretched, 2-day fermented, marvelous wood-fired beauties, and they smell unbelievable. They smell so good. So we've definitely ordered one of those. It looks amazing, and a couple of little salads to complement, because life's all about balance. Pizza is like one of my all-time favorite foods. That's really good. Yeah. Good morning, you guys. So we have woken up and the weather is miserable. It is overcast and grey, but the rain is holding off. So we thought that this morning we would come here to the markets. Now they are held every Thursday here at the Cabin Bar Centre, and they look fantastic. So we're going to see if we can grab a coffee, maybe a light bite, and some goodies to take home with us. I really want to take some coffee home and maybe some great local produce. So I've got some chili relish. I'm hoping that's really, really spicy. She said it's super popular.
That made me feel like another man.
Spread over 80 scenic acres, the farm is an actual working farm, home to a community of growers and producers and farmers who are really passionate about sustainable farming practices and spray-free and chemical-free production. As a visitor, you can do your own guided tour or join one that is guided, and I saw they have some great horseback tours as well if you're into that. So let's go and take a look at the farm.
Out of the sky.
I'm really keen to get into beekeeping, so I'm fanning out over these apiaries.
And I say, I just fell in love again. Looking at you in your mother's hands. Made me feel like
I dropped.
I'll still eat it.
Yeah, you'll still eat it. I found it. Give it the old bush wash.
It's delicious.
Is it? Okay. So I'll do the hunting and gathering and you do the eating and filming.
Sure.
made me feel like another man. I feel like another man.
So what's really cool about the farm is after you're done exploring the gardens and seeing where everything is growing, you can come here to the restaurant, Three Blue Ducks, and you can eat all the food you've just seen, and everything here looks unbelievable. Going through the menu, it was one of those situations where it was hard to choose what to have. Make sure you book ahead of time. I think if you show up on the day, you might not get a spot. That is something special.
Looking at you in your mother's hands and your
What a way to
mother's
end.
hands.
That food was unbelievably good. Every dish was strong. There wasn't a single weak point. The service was amazing. The location is just beautiful. And I gotta say, I think that could be the best meal I've eaten all year. That was absolutely delicious. And if you are going to eat in just one place in Byron Bay, make it there. That was something special. Alright you guys, that is the end of this week's episode, and before we go, I just want to say a really huge thank you to Agoda. Matt and I have actually been using Agoda as our go-to booking site for years, way before we even started Little Grey Box, and we have always loved them and what they do. So thank you so much to Agoda for sponsoring our video this week and supporting us and supporting Aussie tourism and local creators. It means the world and we really, really appreciate you. So be sure to check out their website and their app for great deals on booking and their things to do resources to help plan your perfect itinerary. Alright you guys, and with that, that brings this week's episode to a close. I really hope you've enjoyed it. Now, if you don't already, be sure to subscribe right now so you never miss a single episode. And say hello in the comments below. I hope you have a great weekend, and we will see you with a brand new episode next week. Love ya!
He told me to let your light shine.